Welcome to Hey Dr. Sue. So people submit their sex questions to me anonymously, and once a week I post one question and one answer. Do you have a sex question you've always wanted answered? Go ahead and check out the description for information on how to submit it anonymously. This week's question is, what in-home lubrication is the best to use for sex? Lube is definitely one of those things that doesn't get talked about nearly enough. We often tell people to just use lubes, but then don't talk about what kind of lubes are available and what the differences between them are. Let me start by saying that there are a lot of products in your home that could theoretically be used as lube, but absolutely shouldn't be used as lubes. First, let's go over the basics. There are essentially 3 different types of lubes: water-based, oil-based, and silicone-based. If you're using a water-based lube, you may need to reapply it depending on how long you need to use it for. And it's not as thick as some of the other options. You also need to think about things like pH and osmolality. Using a lube that isn't the right pH can lead to infections, damaged tissue, and just overall discomfort. One of the main issues is that the pH of the vagina is different from that of the rectum, so you may need to use different lubes for anal sex and for vaginal sex. If you want to read more about the science of all this, check out the articles that I've linked to in the description. Oil-based lubes are thicker than water-based lubes, and you don't need to worry about pH, but they will break down latex and polyisoprene condoms. So if you're using those for condoms for safer sex, then you want to skip the oil-based lubes. Silicone-based lubes are thicker, and so may be a better option for anal sex. The big issue with silicone-based lubes is that you shouldn't use them with silicone sex toys. So now let's talk about what you can use at home as a lube alternative. If you're using latex or polyisoprene condoms, you want to avoid anything oil-based. Also, some oils may not be safe if you have a nut allergy or nut sensitivity. So what can you use? Kind of depends on what you're doing. If you're having vaginal sex, I would say look to massage oils, but read the labels and make sure they're safe. Or aloe vera. But aloe straight from the plant can have latex in it, so if there's a potential issue with a latex allergy or latex sensitivity. If you're doing anal, I'd say try coconut oil, but try and get the most unrefined possible. Oral sex, avocado, almond, or coconut oils might be an option. I'll avoid things like castor oil or essential oils. You shouldn't be swallowing those. Overwhelmed by all this, I'm going to give you 3 links that are all in the description. The first is a quiz that will help you guide to lube options based on what you're doing and what your preferences are. There's an article that goes in depth into the safety of a lot of different things you might have around the house that you may be considering using as a lube. And then the last link is going to be a recipe for making your own lube. Until next time, be safe and have fun. Did you enjoy that video? If so, make sure to like it. Also, make sure to subscribe. It lets you know when new videos are coming out and it helps to support the channel. Check out the description for information on how to find me on Instagram and Medium.